AITA for not sharing my inheritance with my siblings? I, M56, am the oldest of 4 kids. My siblings are F54, M51, and M41. We were raised in a lower-middle-class home. Our mom was a stay-at-home mom who took in foster kids while my father worked 1, sometimes 2, jobs to provide for us. My youngest brother was one of the foster kids whom my parents adopted. He came to live with us when he was just a few days old, so we are the only family he's ever known. My parents separated when we were 30, 28, 25, and 15. Dad started dating a woman whom he worked with before he told Mom he wanted a divorce. Shortly after that, my father got in an accident which cost him his right leg. He sued and won $5.5 million. When he received the money, he set up 529 college fund accounts for our kids, his grandkids, which was the equivalent of 8 semesters of tuition per child. The 3 oldest of us each had 2 children. Since my youngest brother didn't have children, Dad bought him a car. He gave my mother $5,000 to cover some outstanding bills regarding my brother who was still a minor. Over the next 25 years, Dad lived a high life with his new girlfriend. They moved to Vegas. I lived in Ohio and my siblings lived in Tennessee. My sister and I reached out to Dad more often than her. He didn't reach out to any of us for many years. When Dad initially wrote up his trust, it stated that upon his death his entire estate should be divided evenly between his girlfriend, whom he never married, and his 4 children. As the years passed, Dad would amend the trust 5 times, cutting my siblings down to $50,000 each, among other insignificant changes. The final amendment was made in 2009. About 10 years after the final amendment, Dad's girlfriend passed away. Dad passed in early November 2023. After his death, the trust was revealed. Before now, no one knew who was getting what or about the amendments. The final trust leaves the entire estate to me, minus $150,000. Answers to questions my friends asked. We are all employed. 2 of my siblings make about $50,000 while my other sibling and I make 6 figures. None of us have a history of drinking, drugs, or gambling. The assets have not all been appraised, so I don't know an actual figure yet, but the estate is worth a minimum of $2 million. My mom and some of my friends think I should split it evenly, as your father should have done. My wife and other friends agree with me that I should honor my father's wishes and keep the money. TLDR, my father left the majority of his estate to me and only designated $50,000 each for my 3 siblings. AITA for not sharing my inheritance with my siblings? Top comments and OP's reply. Commenter 1. This is the kind of dangerous territory that often destroys families. There's only so much information you've provided to work with here, but I'm guessing you were much closer to your father than the rest of your family? In which case, it's not totally bonkers he's left most of his stuff to you, and your family isn't owed or deserve any more or less than what he left them. That was his decision. They can be unhappy about it, but what more can they do? The man is gone. However, what you do with it now is entirely up to you, as is your right. And I'm going to be perfectly honest this right here. Quote, that I should honor my father's wishes is one of the most bull**t excuses as to why you wouldn't share with the rest of your family. Be real, you don't want to share because you don't want to. So don't deflect it onto this weak **s veil of your father's wishes. Whether it's greed or because your family is a bunch of complainers, I can't judge as I don't know your family or situation. Just know, if you come to sell off assets and share absolutely none of that with your family, don't be expecting many Christmas cards is all I'm going to say. Oops, reply. This is what my mom is afraid of. She doesn't want to see the family fall apart. She said, split it, and no one gets hurt. Keep it, and everyone gets hurt. Mom also said that my siblings already feel like Dad didn't love them once they saw the trust, especially my sister who did have a relationship with him, so they are already hurting pretty badly. My wife and my kids will be hurt if I share it, though, because, of course, they will benefit in the long run if I keep it. Commenter 2. Info. Why did he leave it all to you? If there is not a clear reason, then it sucks to keep it all to yourself. They each deserve an equal portion, and it seems that you don't even need it. So why hold on to it so tightly when it could greatly help them and they deserve part of it? Oops, reply. My mom thinks that the decision to cut my siblings down so much was not my dad's, but his girlfriend's to inflate her portion. My mom is right that my dad didn't have much of a backbone. If this is the case, I don't understand why she didn't talk him into cutting me down as well. I will say that looking at the timeline of the amendments, the last one was made a few months after my grandmother died, and my sibling who couldn't afford to go to Arizona for the funeral was cut in that amendment. Thanks for watching the video. Please leave us a comment below with your thoughts and judgment. Also, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more stories.